Yes, good morning, everyone. I hope you are able to hear me. You are able to watch my screen. I have uploaded the video yesterday on YouTube channel. You can see the demo one in our YouTube channel. So today is going to be our second demo session. We talked about yesterday what is cloud, why the clients are looking for cloud instead of their own servers, why the clients are using the virtual servers, means the cloud companies' servers, and then what are the different companies we have, different companies which we have here, how the cloud companies are maintaining the technology or providing the services. When it comes to Oracle Cloud, what are different products and tools which we have in Oracle, different tools and products and Fusion applications. It's one of the ERP product in the Oracle Cloud. When we say ERP application, we see the finance, supply chain, human capital, CRM, and what are different ERP applications we have, different ERP applications which we have, and what is HCM, human capital management. This is all we have. And what are different jobs and what are different modules we are going to learn, how we are going to provide the training and placements from RTL point of view. That's what we have discussed here. Any doubts here before we start with the second demo? No. Okay, fine. So today we are going for practical application. How we can go for login, how we can create our own username and password as a functional consultant, what are our roles and responsibilities, and also we'll do one assignment, one practical assignment we will perform today. Okay. So let's say that demo 2, right? Second demo. We'll talk about application navigation. Then we are going to create a new user account. And then we are going to give the security, nothing but roles for employee hiring. And then hire one employee. We are going to hire one employee. And then we are going to create new location and transfer employee to new location. The transfer also should happen from May 2026, 1st May 2026. That's what it should happen. It's the assignment we are trying to perform today, practical assignment. This is what actually we are trying to do it today, so that when you complete this session today, you will be clear what exactly we are going to do in the project, what is our roles and responsibilities, so that you will also know that whether you will be able to perform that or not. Okay. So first we will see how we can log into the Fusion applications. What are all the different components we will see in Fusion applications once we log into this. So we don't need to install any software in our laptop. We have to enter the URL and then enter the username and password here. Okay. Once you enter the username and password, then, so let me just log out and log in. So we'll be giving you the username and password. I given some standard March user and password. So we have to log into the applications. Now we connected to the Oracle Cloud. This is Oracle Cloud servers. And Oracle Cloud, we connected to one of the application. As we discussed yesterday class, in Oracle Cloud, we see the multiple tools and products available. Right? Multiple tools and products are available. Out of that, we are connecting to Fusion applications now. We are connecting to Fusion applications now. Let's go to Navigator. We see two menus here. One is Navigator, another one is User menu. Right side, I see the User menu. This User menu is used to perform, setup and maintenance to perform the functional setups as well as the technical setups. Here it is. Then we see the navigator, tools menu. We see the security console here. So here we are going to perform creating the username and password. Go to tools menu, security console. Go to users tab. I'm creating new user account here. I'm creating new user account. So once we log into the applications, we are going to create a new user account. So add user account. I'm giving username is Rajesh Babu is the username. First name and last name is Rajesh Babu, and username I'm going to set up that here as Rajesh. Right. Now, what roles you want to give the access to the user? Role is basically access to the application functionality. When we say this is one of the Fusion applications ERP software, it has got all features. Like you can hire employee, transfer employee, terminate employee, you can assign the manager, you can change the employee salary, you can run the payroll for employee, you can distribute salary to the employees, you can perform all the actions, all the features are there in the product. But client is telling that you just give the permission to Rajesh, assign only employee hiring. So client is telling that Rajesh should not do any other activity except employee hiring. Except employee hiring. So we must know which role give that particular permission. Which role give that particular permission. So that is a human resource specialist role. This is very important. Identifying the roles are very important here. We'll be discussing about that module wise. Okay. For every module, there will be 7 to 8 roles. So we should be very clear how to customize this role, how to create new roles. Sometimes the requirement is different. The existing roles will not be satisfying your client requirement. Okay. So that time we need to go for create new role with securities, with privileges, with the function security, with the data security, privileges and all. We'll be doing that. It comes under the part of security. Comes under part of security. We'll be discussing about the security, and then we will also go for assigning. So this is the role we have assigned called human resource specialist role. What is the purpose of this role? You can hire employees, you can transfer employees, you can terminate employees, you can update employee details. All these actions can be performed. No, I don't want termination option here. So client is telling that, okay, assign this role, it's fine. But terminate employee option should not be available to Mr. Rajesh. And what we have to do, we have to customize this role. We have to customize the role that we'll discuss here. The roles and the roles administrations. Okay. So that anyway, we'll be discussing in our security part. At this point of time, right now, what we have done, we created a user account called Rajesh. And for that user, we added the role called human resource specialist. Human resource specialist. And the client is telling that Rajesh should create one location also, new location. Rajesh should create a new location also. It is one of the setup. It is one of the setup. If you want to perform the setups, you require the role called application implementation consultant. Application implementation consultant role. Application implementation consultant role is required. Application implementation consultant role is required. So that is for performing the implementation setups. Implementation setups. So one role is for hiring employee, and also to perform the transfers. Another one is for performing the setups. Another one is for performing the setups. Here it is. Now let's go for save and close. This is how we will configure the users, and whatever the roles are suitable for that user depends on your requirement. We need to identify and assign these roles to the user. Now done. For example, you created a user. After some time you want to remove some existing roles or you want to add additional roles. You can search. You can search with your username here. Now, this is our username. These are the roles. If you would like to reset the password for this user, you can do it from here. You want to go for delete existing roles and you want to add new roles, you can do that from here. Go to edit and perform this all here. Okay. Yeah. Now we are going to log out from the current user. Let me log in with Rajesh user. I'm going to log in with Rajesh user. Who has connected? Rajesh Babu connected. What roles we assigned to Rajesh? Human resource specialist role and application implementation consultant role. I wanted to check whether those roles are applied to our user or not. One is application implementation consultant. Go to user menu, setup and maintenance. Go to user menu, setup and maintenance. Setup and maintenance. This is what application implementation consultant role. So if you have the role called application implementation consultant role, you can perform all the setups. You can perform all the setups. This environment will, it's very simple. Don't worry about that. The navigation initial stage looks like a little bit confusion, but it's very simple. Yeah. So here we see that FSM, functional setup manager. Next, another role we have assigned. What is that? Another role? Human resource specialist. Go to navigator. Go to navigator. My client groups. Navigator, my client groups. Here I am able to find. Here I am able to find this options. Here it is. My client groups. We are able to see that now here. My client groups options. Here it is. And we see that here the journeys and other options. Here we have a lot of other options, but we don't require all these options. We just need only hiring new employee. We just need hiring employee, new person. New person is nothing but employee. So go to new person here. Now we are going to hire an employee. So we can hire an employee here, permanent. We can hire contingent worker. means contract employee, and there is pending worker, non-workers. We all discuss about all these options, the difference between all this employee, contingent worker, and all in our training next level. Now we are going for hiring an employee, hire an employee here. Hire an employee. So I'm going to mention that this employee joined on January 1st. Legal employer is nothing but company, US1 legal entity. But this US1 legal entity is a testing data. But who is your client? Example, your client is Reliance Digital, right? You have to mention this company name. You are supposed to configure this company name. That's what actually our job. Okay. So all are setups. Legal employer, one setup is there, business unit is there. Like that, hundreds of setups we are supposed to perform when we are doing the module setup. Okay. So right now I'm just taking existing legal employer, means existing company. So we'll talk about that later. So here we are hiring an employee for this company called US1 legal entity. And what's the employee name? Madan Mohan. Madan Mohan. And then we go with date of birth and other. These all are general fields we are going to have. Then it's going to be specified here. And then national identification. If it is India, we take employee Aadhaar card. If it is US social security number, that we are going to take here. And if it is US, we are going ahead with, social security number. SSN number must have this format: 3 digits, hyphen, 4 digits, hyphen, 4 digits. Is for US. In India, like Aadhaar card, we see 12 digits, right? Same way in US, national identification number format should be this. So we are hiring an employee by entering the employee details here. Click next button, enter employee home address, then employee phone details, email details, legislative information, citizenship. Who will do this work in the real time? Citizenship, passport, visas and permits, employee con. This all work will be done by the recruiters, HR managers, HR department employees who are working. They take care of this work. Okay. Then as a functional consultant, as a software engineer, what is our responsibility here is, and when HR department are trying to configure the phone details or email details, if they get any problem, then we are supposed to resolve it. Okay. And getting at the company details and employee home addresses, this all addresses needs to be populated automatically. We call it as a geography regions. Okay. So this we have to configure. So those all are we are supposed to configure. We'll see now. One example, we'll see how to configure the locations and all it is. Okay. So this is end user job. End user, or we call it as a super user job who will take care of this hiring, transfers, and all. But even though if it is end user job, for example, we have done some setup. Let's say approvals, security we have configured. Once we do the configuration, we are supposed to test it, right? We are supposed to test it. We are supposed to test it. Once we test multiple scenarios, we have to take multiple scenarios and test it. Then we have to deliver to the customer. Without testing, we cannot go for delivery. For example, you created a couple of locations. You are supposed to test those locations you are getting into the system or not, right? Those locations you are getting or not, that we are supposed to test it and deliver, right? That's what we call it. Okay. So here I'm trying to get employee business unit, nothing but a branches. So here I'm getting US1 business unit. We don't find this US1 BU, US1 external learning. This is all we don't find in the real time, right? Empty, zero. We don't find any details. We are, okay. Like this, we see the list of BUs. This is all testing data. Whenever we are implementing this software to the client, we have to discuss, okay, how many business units you have in India, how many BUs you have in US. In that business unit, what are different departments you have, different jobs, positions, locations, and all. That's how we are going to configure. Here it is. I'm selecting now US1 business unit. Business unit. Okay. You are hiring Mr. Madan. What is the assignment you are giving? Assignment is nothing but designation, which job, position, grade. Okay, these all details you are going to have. Let's say you are going to hire this Madan as finance manager. He's going to join in the company as a finance manager. What's the grade? Which grade? If you grade number 5, what's the department? Which department? Let's say finance department. We are going to have which location? Chicago. Yeah. Working at home? No. White collar. Assignment category is a full-time employee. Is full-time employee here, and is regular full-time. Is he manager? No, he's not a. Okay, he's a manager, finance manager. Okay, let's say that he is a manager. Yes. Shaker, go ahead. You can unmute and ask for the doubt.
Yeah. So, sir, actually, what is my question is like, as you said, we have to try multiple scenarios, correct?
Yes.
So, in real time, do we have any multiple environments like before
Yes. Yes.
deploying
We
the?
will have like this is development instance, right? So then you will have testing instance, testing one, testing two, finally production. Like that, multiple instances is there. So that time, whatever the setups we have done in this instance, we have to export from here and import into another instance. We call it as a migration process. Okay, we'll be
Is any
doing that.
separate team will be there
No,
for
no, we have to
discuss
do it.
everything?
We have to do.
We have.
We will be discussing how we work with the migration process, export and import process. This all.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so this all we are going to have this. I'm hiring an employee here. It is now, and then come down here. If you want to assign the manager, who's the manager for this person? You would like to assign some manager. He is supposed to give the reporting to some manager. You can specify is the line manager. You want to add another manager. So like this, we have hired an employee, Madan Mohan. He's working for which company? US1 legal entity. Okay, which branch? US1 business unit. What is his job in this branch? Finance manager. What's the grade? Which department he belongs to? Which location? Is full-time employee or part-time employee? Whether he is employee or manager. Number of working hours weekly, 40 hours means daily 8 hours. Okay. So these all options we have captured. And how about the salary for this employee? What is the salary you are going to offer? Annual salary. Okay. How about the other compensation? Nothing but bonus, allowances, and other details here. Yes. These all details we are going to capture. We see this salary information in the payroll and other modules. Let's go for submit. We hired employee successfully. I just wanted to see the employee status. Employee Mr. Madan Mohan. This employee record is exist in the system or not. Navigate. Just now we have seen how to hire an employee here. So we do it from the new person. New person is the task where we are going to hire the new employees. Now, I want to search for the existing employees. I wanted to go for search employees. Now go to person management. Go to person management and search with employee name. Madan. Madan. Now click on this employee name. We can see the employee details over here. Can see the employee details over here. It is. This is about employee number 7965. Employee joined in the company 1st January 2026 as finance manager, and he belongs to US1 legal entity, means US1 legal entity company. He belongs to this branch. Assignment number also is generated, and this is primary assignment. Employee is active. If you terminate an employee, employee will be inactive. Employee is active and payroll also eligible, means you can run the payroll, you can calculate the salary for employee, and you can distribute salary to the employee. That's what you can do. Payroll is eligible. And who is the manager? He is reporting to Thomas. Thomas is the project manager, and line manager is Mittal Lakshmi. Right. So anyone is reporting to him? No, nobody is reporting to him at this point of time. Okay. This is currently which location is working? Chicago. Currently is working in Chicago. So that's the employee status. Okay. Now, if we look at here, we have done this work. We have seen what are the different roles required for hiring employee, and we also done the hiring process. It's clear, everybody. Did you find any difficulty here so far? Whatever we have done, creating user account, identifying the roles, of course, definitely. There are around 20 to 25 roles. We must be very clear. Today we have used two roles. One is human resource specialist. Purpose, if you want to hire an employee, or you want to search for employees, or you want to perform some transfers, or you want to do some, terminations and all, we required the role called human resource specialist. This is what you got. One more role we added, that is application implementation consultant. What's the purpose of that? That purpose is we want to perform some setups. We would like to perform some functional setups. So you need access to setup and maintenance. We call it as FSM, functional setup manager. Okay. So for this, what we have done is we added another role. What is that? Application implementation consultant role. Application implementation consultant role. Okay, that's the role we added. So that's what you have the option. That's what you have the options here. It is adding the two roles. Then we hired employee. We hired an employee successfully. We entered employee details, identification details, and assignment information, and we hired successfully. Yeah. Any doubts here so far? Let's go ahead. Anyone is having doubts, you can unmute and ask.
Hi, sir. For example, which we added the entity name, right? So we took which is existing one. For
Yes,
example, Oracle Fusion has contact with a new entity. So who will add the new entity
we
details
have to do
in the
it.
data?
We have to do. So this is a legal employer is nothing but a company, client, your client name. Okay, whoever is using this software. For example, Heritage Foods Private Limited is there. It is one of the retail store. They have around 300 to 400 outlets in India. Okay, so Heritage Foods is one of the legal employer, means one of the company. They have around 400 outlets, nothing but 400 business units. In every outlet, there will be a cashier, there will be a salesperson, there will be area manager, sales managers, buyers, okay, HR people. So that's what you are going to configure. All this work we have to do it. These all are functional setups we have to perform. Right now we have used existing data, seeded data we have used. Now I'm going to show you one setup how to perform. Location setup I'm going to show you. We can perform or we can do it two setups, department and location both. So these two setups we are going to do. Like this, we have to do hundreds of setups for every module. I'm going to show now two setups how to perform, how to create a new department, how to create a new location, and then how to transfer employee into that new department and new locations. So that's our work. That's what our functional setups we are going to perform. Okay. Like this, every module, hundreds of setups will be there. We are supposed to perform. Right now, we are doing two setups here. Yeah. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. How do we do quality checks? Like manually, we need to check everything. For example, we got all the input data from the HR or clients. So whatever we need to input all the project. So how
Mhm.
do we perform the quality checks? Now I have entered the all the information. For example, I entered assignment manager is incorrect. So do we have any other way to do validation checks? What we have implemented in database and what actually data we got?
Yeah, we have to do that. We will be quality check in the sense, for example, client has asked, I have 10 departments in Hyderabad branch. In this branch, there are 10 departments like finance, sales, admin, transport department, service department, like that. So what we have to do is we are supposed to create all the 10 departments and assign to this branch. And then we have to hire a couple of employees and test it whether it's working, those departments are getting populated or not. That's how we are supposed to test the quality.
So now you have manually entered the data, right, sir? Like name, something like that. So
Yeah.
instead of that, is there any like people will load the data into the database from there
Yes,
automatically?
yes. We have the loading process also, right?
Okay.
Data loading. That's actually comes for the technical consultant data
Okay.
conversions. Example, we are implementing this HCM software to digital client's digital company. Client is telling that I have already 12,000 employees. Okay.
Okay.
So this all 12,000 employees will ask client, you give this 12,000 employee details in Excel sheet. They will provide. Once we get this data in Excel sheet, obviously instead of going for manual one by one data entry, we go for load this 12,000 employees data by using the HDL process. There is a program, HCM data loaders. We have to use the HDL program. Technical consultants will go for load the data. Before loading, they will cross check the data is valid or not, all the setups are done or not, mapping documents preparation. Okay. We call that as a conversion strategy. We'll be discussing that how to load the data into the applications. Okay. So once this 12,000 employees data loaded into the application, day to day, new employees are going to join, right? So that we will go for hiring in the same way what we have done today. So today employees are going, three people are going to join in the company today. So what HR department will do? They log in and go for hire employee. Just now I have done, right? Same way.
Okay, the same way just now you have clicked on the drop down and we have seen US1, US2. The data will show up in the fields, correct?
Yes, yes.
And what about the change request, sir? Generally, it's my question. Like almost we have done the 75% of the project. In the after some time, there is a lot of change requests we are getting. So in that
Yes,
case,
yes.
it will
In
be
support projects, when there is a CR is there, change request, then we have to prepare a document and we have to do that change request and test it, and then we have to migrate into production, and client should go for accept. So that definitely there will be a changes. Keep on.
so migration team will be separate or even.
No, we are going to do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have to do migration.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. And guys, now we have done successfully employee hiring. Now, what client is telling that currently this employee is working in finance department. Let's move this employee from finance department to let's say the new department we are going to have, insurance sector department. And location is instead of Chicago, I would like to have Florida. Okay, Reliance Digital Florida, Reliance Digital Insurance Desk. It's a new department we are going to create. Okay, so whenever you want to perform the setups, new setups, go to user menu. All our setups will do it from here only. Whenever we are working in the real-time project, 90% of our work will be here only. 90% will be doing here only work. After we complete the setups and configurations here, testing will do it from the navigator. Testing will do it from the navigator here. Go to setup and maintenance. Here we are going to create a department. Go to the task, manage department, manage departments. Go to the task here, manage departments. I'm going to create department. I'm creating the Reliance Digital Insurance Desk. Of course, while performing department, lot of other setups are there. I'm not going for in-depth that. We'll see that when we are working. I just entered the department name here successfully. So new department we have created. So when we are implementing the software to the client, we'll discuss with the client how many departments you have, branch wise, location wise, country wise. We'll take those details and we will go for cap configure here. Same thing, how many locations you are performing the many locations. Okay. For example, you might have gone to some shopping malls, forum malls and all. So there will be a shopper stop, there will be a arrow companies, so there will be outlets, right? These all are locations. So location is nothing but an address where your client is doing some business. Okay. For example, if we talk about the banks has got multiple branches almost in every location, every area. ATM center also is one of the location. So what they do there, they'll dispatch the amount, deliver the amounts to the customers, right? Like that. So we are adding the new location here. This is new pages. We call it as Redwood pages. It's a new version Oracle introduced. We will be doing the complete new version only. So what is version, how it will be updated, and Redwood and artificial intelligence, that will be tomorrow. Tomorrow session will be discussing that. Okay. Those all are added advantage, like added new features to the product. So obviously we have to learn the new one. So here I'm entering the location name. Reliance Digital Florida. location address. Here you are going to enter the address details, time zone, address search. Got some the verification service could not identify the input street because okay, some address parts are missing. Not required actually. Enter zip code, city, state, county. Hmm. Geographical coordinates associated with this address could not be identified. Okay. Oh, it's not a problem. What I'll do is it looks like the current page, whatever the latest page is there, it's not valid. Okay, what I'll do is I'll disable it. Oracle HCM. We'll be discussing how to disable the latest pages and enable it. Location Redwood. Just won't take more than 1 minute time. Create locations because some of the new pages are not working. Steps to enable. These are the 4 profiles we have to disable. Let me set these 4 profiles. So this we call it as Redwood pages, enable, disable, and personalizations, customizations. It's one of the important tasks. I'm going to say that I don't want Redwood page.
What is the use of this Redwood, sir?
It's just like a user interface. This is useful for AI environment. For example, in the product, if you want to implement new features related to artificial intelligence, make sure that your product is for the Redwood. Okay. So that's why it is going to have.
So even we can do customization as well as, or else
Yes.
only the predefined. Before this session, like you have shown, there is 25 designations, right? So those are predefined. So out of which, if there is any customization related requirement, we can able to add it or not.
Yes, we can add. We can always add and disable. We can extend and we can create new. Always we can do all this. Yeah. Now we will go for form the location. I have disabled that page because some of the Redwood pages still not working actually. So that's the reason. Let's go for locations now. This is the old page. This is general web page. Okay. In general web pages, we cannot implement artificial intelligence. We cannot implement artificial intelligence. Okay. If it is Redwood page, then only you can implement AI agents on top of that. What exactly that AI, that we'll see tomorrow. Now the task is we want to create a new location. Let me go for creation of the new location here. Same details we have entered again. Now it's working here. See, we have not done anything new. So we created new location successfully. Let me search whether location created successfully or not. Now we see that location is created. So department and location both are done. Both setups we have done successfully. We have created a location as well as we have created the department. Okay. Now client is telling that let's transfer employee to that location. So who will do this transfer? Okay, location creation, department creation, these all are setups. We will do it as a software engineer, as a functional consultant. We will do that. So I created department, done. I also created location, done, showing here. But I want to test it, whether it's working or not. So if I want to test, what we have to do, we need to hire a new employee for this location. And also we need to transfer existing employees into these locations, whether it's working or not. After transfer, let's check it, whether it's updated in the application or not. So like that, multiple scenarios we have to take, multiple test cases, and then test it. And then finally, okay, everything is fine. Then we will give this to the client so that client will start working on that. Okay. So this testing also is we are supposed to do it. As a functional consultant, we know the business. We are the people who will communicate with the client. We will gather the requirement from the client and configure that and test it and finally deliver it. Okay. So now I'm going to transfer employee from current location to this new location, from current department to new department. Now go to person management. Select your employee, then Mohan. Kindly, which location is there? Chicago. Client is telling that from 1st May 2026 onwards, employees should work in the Florida. So today itself, management has decided, okay, transfer this employee. What is the effective date? 1st May 2026. Not from today. Not from today. It's a future date. Okay. So when you want to perform some future dates, go to edit, you have to go with update. Future date means you have to go with update. Current date means you have to go for correction. Today itself it will be updated. No, client is telling not today. Still he will be working in Chicago only till what is the last date? April end. May 1st, new location, right? Go to update. Select from which date? May 1st. What you are trying to do? Location change. Why you are doing this work? Why your relocation, reorganization, work request. Let's say client is telling that three options given by Oracle. Actual a required manager request or business demands on demand or temporarily, reassignment, like different values we require, different reasons. We have to do that. We have to find out exactly where do we configure this option. From there, we need to go for change. We're discussing. That is also one of the setup. Is also one of the setups. We must know where exactly we will be doing these setups. Right now, I'm just selecting relocation. Relocation from May 1st. May 1st. Change the department. Reliance Digital Insurance Desk. You are getting your department name, Reliance Digital Insurance. Location, Reliance Digital, Florida. So this you got it. Same thing, job, position, grades, grade ladders, working categories, business unit, person types, all this, like business unit, then legal entities, worker types, everything, actions, action reasons, all these setups we have to do. Right now, I have used existing values. Existing values I have used. Only two things I have done, right? Department I have configured, location I have configured. I said that we are doing two setups now. Like this, we have to do hundreds of setups for every module. Okay, we need to discuss with the client. These are the features all available in this particular module, and what features you want, what features you don't want, what are the new enhancements you required, personalization or customization or enhancements or development. Okay, so once we gather that requirement, then we start doing the setups, configurations, testing, and all. So that's how it will work. So now we are doing the transfer. Click review button. In the review, system is going to show that earlier it was what details and current what are the details here. Currently is working in finance department. This is what the new department we have given. Ask. That is also from which date? May 1st. From May 1st. Currently is working in the Chicago location. You are moving to Florida. That's a transfer we are performing. Button. Close. So we have done the transfer. Again, there are different types of transfers we have. Transfer, temporary assignment, global transfer, global temporary assignment. We'll be discussing that in depth. Right now, just we have done transfer, but we have different categories again within that. Okay. So after doing this transfer, we have to test whether the record is updated successfully or not. Right. So what we do, again, we'll search Mr. Mother. If I search, still system is telling that he is working in finance department only, and still he is working in Chicago. Record not updated so far. Okay. So the reason is, if you look at here in the search region, you are searching for the record called Madan. Effective date is today, 24th March 2026. But actually, we transferred this employee to the new location, new department from May 1st, not today.
So
From
future
May
date.
1st. Yeah. So you have to change the date. You have to tell to the system what is the status of this record on May 1st. On May 1st, what is the status of Mr. Mother? Now system, I understood that, okay, you need a data from May 1st. So system is treating that today is May 1st. Okay. Now you can see that here. Client's Digital Insurance Desk. That's the new department and Florida department. Right. So now we can see the history of this record also. Now click this button, View History. Now you will come to know the history of this particular employee. Hiring process. You created an employee here successfully, and then this is what you have done, the department. Hiring process is done, and then this is what here it is done. I wanted to see what changes are done. View change details. Only location and department we did, right? The entire history. So location has changed, you change it. Because when we have some thousands of employees, let's say I have a company having around 300 branches and having 20,000 employees. As a management, maintain the control. Okay. There's all details. We have to get it here. It is right. So that's what we are going to have. The history of the record here. Yeah. It's clear, everybody. Any doubts here? No.
Navigation quite confusing, sir.
So this is demo, right? So when we are working in the general training, we will see the day-to-day classes step by step, right? So right now, whatever the work we have done, generally we do it at least 3 days. 3 classes we will perform all this work. Today we have done all the setups, right? So we hired an employee. Very first time you are seeing the application, we discussed how to create a user, how to add the roles, how to hire employees, how to create new location and department, how to transfer an employee, how to search for employee, the future dates. Lot of assignment we have done. That's why definitely it looks like. But generally, this is a 3 days class. First day class will be this, second day class will be this, and this is third day class. So there won't be any problem when you are doing in the
So,
general.
interview point of view, do they ask any of these workflows or only like?
Definitely they'll ask you, tell me how will you do the transfer? From where you will do the transfer? Or they'll
So,
ask you, I have done the transfer, but I am not able to see the record. What could be the reason? How you are going to troubleshoot? That's all.
sorry, sir. Actually, it's a irrelevant question, but automation, like most of the things, what we did now is a manual way. So, is there any automation will be there for this kind of flows? Or,
No, for this automation is not possible, right?
okay.
Because you are supposed to test it, all this work. Whatever the setups we have done, we have to test it with the different test cases. In ERP applications, automation, I don't think so much it will work. So we don't find. I don't see any automation tools in my history. Like there are a number of RPA tools as came like Automation Anywhere, Blue Prism, UiPath, and Playwright. There are other Selenium, a lot of other automation tools as came, but nobody is using. ERP application is different because it has got some standard lot of other functionalities you are supposed to test it, right? So functional consultant is the real tester because as a functional consultant you know the business, you have communicated with the client. That's why there won't be much AI impact also in the ERP applications because you need to communicate with your client and gather the requirement, prepare the document and get approval, and then you have to go for approve it. So it takes a lot of manual communication with the client. Yeah.
Okay. So where exactly the AI fits into the system, sir? Because as you
Tomorrow,
said, most of the things are on manual.
tomorrow we'll be discussing.
Okay.
Okay. Fine, guys. Today we have done one assignment here. This is in the demo. So tomorrow we'll be taking one more assignment, how we can go for perform, and we'll be discussing tomorrow detailed syllabus copy. We are going to discuss detailed syllabus copy. and what is the impact of ERP and AI. Impact and what exactly we are going to discuss. Syllabus of AI, artificial intelligence, that we'll be discussing. And then we are going to do another assignment like what we have done today. We'll take one more assignment tomorrow and we are going to. So this video also I'm going to upload in the YouTube channel. You can access. So tomorrow will be our last demo, third demo. After tomorrow onwards, our regular classes will be started. If you have any doubts, you can note it down and we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow. You can access the video in another couple of hours in YouTube channel. There you can get it. If someone is not enrolled or subscribed to the YouTube channel, please subscribe it. Thank you.
Thank you.